All right, meeting to order, salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call of members.
Trustee Champlain.
Here.
Trustee Malinsky.
Here.
Trustee Connor.
Here.
Trustee Herzog.
Here.
Mayor McFetrich.
Here. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting, please?
So, second.
Any corrections? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That motion carries. Presentation of petitions, communications, and general question period for members of the community. As we have no one here tonight, we'll dispense with that. Report from the code enforcement officer. I did not get his report. My guess is because our meeting is it's a week early due to the holiday that he forgot. So I'll give him a call tomorrow. I'll get that in your boxes. Report from the mayor. Welcome to the Village of Champlain Board of Trustees meeting. What a beautiful fall we are having. I have a few reminders to residents. The ban on recreational fire pits will be back in effect on Monday, October 13th. No burning in the village is allowed per the code until we place a moratorium on that law next spring. Let me also say that I know, given the drought across the state, that New York State has a burn ban. So people should not be burning anyway. However, that state law does allow small recreational fires, so ours will be in effect until October 13th. Brush pickup will take place between October 1st and 31st, 1 load per pickup, and branch size 3 inches or less in diameter and no more than 10 feet long. Please stack it curbside. Bagged leaves and debris will not be picked up. Although no one wants to think about winter right now, it is coming. And with that, remember that there is a parking ban on village streets between November 1st and April 1st, between the hours of 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. I know some of you have very limited parking at your homes, so please start thinking of a plan now. I would like to thank Calvin Castine and the Woodmen of the World for their purchase of 7 historic markers celebrating the 175th anniversary of the Northern Railroad. It was a full day, going from Cherubusco to Rouse's Point with dedications at each site. The Champlain Village marker was placed on Butternut Street, near where the depot was located and the freight house still stands. I encourage all of you to take a tour of each of these markers to recognize the economic and social connections the railroad brought to all these small communities, including ours. We are making good progress on the comprehensive plan. At a Zoom meeting with Ann Holland recently, community planner Tom Champlain and I discussed particular areas that we believe should be included as goals after input from the committee and the 2 public gatherings. These include possible changes in zoning laws, housing options, tourism development, enhancements to Bill Earl Park, expand historic and cultural resources, continue working to make this a safe place for cyclists and pedestrians, and continue to encourage public and private collaboration in the arts. Any of these ideas and others that we and the public may have can be worked sooner than later. Our farmers market has ended for this year. I would like to thank the local farmers and other vendors who participated. The village market has been in operation for over 10 years now, and it is an important part of healthy eating as well as supporting local growers. I look forward to next season. I was fortunate to be able to attend the Forward Together conference at the lodge in Schroon Lake, organized by the Lake Champlain Lake George Regional Planning Board. It was really inspirational to hear about other communities of all sizes who are doing some really great projects. Trails, art installations, gatherings, festivals. We look forward to collaborating with this group on projects here in Champlain Village. The food scrap collection program is going very well. We have handed out 50 buckets in the village office and are looking to distribute more. If anyone is interested in joining this effort, stop by for more information, sign up, and get a container. The annual trunk or treat will be held at the village playground on October 25th at 2 p.m. We're looking for people to come decorate their trunks and hand out candy, as well as kids of all ages to participate. Finally, I would like to say that I am aware that many people are struggling financially. The food pantry here is getting a lot of use. I encourage those of you who are able to donate items to the food shelf. This village will always look out for one another, and this is one way that you can help your neighbor. Thank you. Committee reports, water and sewer. Kim and Chuck.
The only
I don't
thing
have anything.
I'm aware of is, they're still working on the sewer plant, trying to get those beds finally, the final 3 cleaned out and finished up, hopefully by the end of October.
Yeah, it's been a huge project, but they've made a lot of progress. And Kim, you're probably gonna talk about the water board later, but I just wanna thank you for the EDU
Oh,
changes,
welcome.
All those measurement things and whatever you had to do to come up with that.
Good time.
I don't know, it looked like a lot of decimal points to me. Anything streets and sidewalks?
Haven't heard anything from Mike on sidewalks or streets. Another year goes by that I know they've been busy, but I know they planned on doing some sidewalks and we're running out of weather.
What's the time frame? Is basically like summer, no bad weather? When are the time that you can do sidewalks?
I would say it's rather dependent upon temperature. I'm no concrete expert, but I think that is a factor.
We're at that time in the year that we're not gonna be putting sidewalks in.
Usually start like the
And they don't have the
beginning
time
of
right now to
summer,
do it anyway.
Could we
spring,
like?
early summer.
I was just thinking, like, what if we blocked out like a week in a year in advance? So we say like this is the week that we know that we're.
I don't know how we could do that.
It'd be
And-
tough because so many
And
things come up that
it's
are,
gonna take more than a week, wherever.
I mean, look at
Yeah.
how long it took for that
That's what I was
stretch
just gonna
down,
say.
that took
Yeah.
all summer down street,
Couple months. Yeah,
yeah.
so.
And we're gonna talk about this topic a little more when we get down to the creating healthy schools, because that's also dealing with sidewalks. That would be next spring, but we'll bring it up again. Yeah.
And we can't afford to have it contracted out. Not at prevailing wage,
No. Mm-mm.
so, I don't,
Well, yeah, it's a discussion that we need to have though.
Can I ask one question?
Oh, absolutely.
On the sewer, so once they get those last 3 beds cleaned out,
Mm-hmm.
are we gonna be able to advertise to take in and process? I hope.
That's my understanding, because we need the income.
Yes, we do, desperately.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if they've got those done by the end of October and all those pipes are in the ground, I would hope
That's-
that we could start.
Yeah, that's what he said, he wants to finish them this fall. So then I would hope we could take that outside haulers.
We need to start bringing them in.
Yeah, we sure do.
Okay.
Anything with equipment or tools?
well, Mike mentioned today about, they had to buy a new head for the
Trimmer.
multi-tool trimmer, it's got saws and all that. He had to buy a new head, and I can't remember how much he said it cost, but it was probably
It was like 350.
Yeah, I was gonna say around
Yeah,
400,
about 300, yeah, about 300.
but it was something he needed because the other one was bad.
Yep.
So, that's the only thing I have for tools.
Okay. Anything on buildings and property,
Negative. I have,
parks and recreation? A little bit about the new park.
The bench is in on the new park.
It looks very
It does
nice.
look nice.
I
It's
sat
very
on it
nice.
today.
Oh, did you?
It's quite comfortable. I just wanted to see.
We have bulbs to put in.
Yes, and the guys dug the bed today
Oh, good.
for that.
And then we'll talk about the trees.
And we'll talk about the trees in a minute.
So there's progress on the small part.
Yes. And we have to officially at some point decide on the name. But we can do that later. Planning board has not met.
No.
Zoning board has not met. Champlain Fire District, I can say that, their dedication is on November 16th at 1 PM, and that's right after the pancake breakfast. So save the 16th and come to the dedication after you've eaten a really good breakfast. And recreation, I don't think there's anything else to report.
No, not right now.
Okay, report from the trustees, Joel?
I have nothing to report.
Okay.
Couple things. One, I looked into pricing on a new computer from Staples for our code enforcement officer. Mary did a lot of work on that, I mean, a lot of work. And, so I guess we'll probably have to make some kind of decision tonight what we wanna do with that computer, because as Janet mentioned earlier today, that the one he has isn't really functionable because of Windows 10 is no longer supported. So we're gonna have to do something quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And thank you for doing that research, Joel.
And, myself along with Janet attended the ash tree presentation by, can't remember,
Brittany?
yeah, I can't remember her name, from Clinton County.
Mm-hmm.
And that was pretty interesting. Still, they haven't started cutting trees yet, but they gotta be close.
Yeah, yeah, it was very well done.
So,
Thank you.
And so, sorry, just, there's a species of bugs that have killed most of the ash trees anywhere around here, so they
Oh, yeah.
all have to be
yeah,
taken out.
They'll all be removed.
And this is like a county, like state, the whole, everywhere up in the northeast area? basically?
County.
It's like the ash,
but it's a state grant, right, but it's county. Or
yeah,
it-
this is county, the grant. Yeah. Yeah, you're probably seen a few trees with big orange X's on them,
Okay,
and those are the ones that they're also identifiable because they're quite dead.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Nikki?
Not much. Actually, there's a lot of events going on at the library. So check out that Facebook page. This Thursday at 2, they have a grow an indoor herb garden for seniors. October 26th at 6 PM is our annual carve pumpkin contest. And then there is a paint and create with neighbors on November 2nd, which we have 10 free spots open.
Oh, nice.
It's through a program with, I forgot where it was. Yeah, I can't remember the grant.
What was that for the seniors, the herb garden? What is
Growing an indoor herb garden.
it?
So seniors 55 and up can attend Thursday at 2.
This Thursday,
Yes,
At
this Thursday. 2.
2?
Yep, 2 o'clock. Statewide community re-grants program,
Oh.
supporting the art, the paint and create with neighbors.
What time is that?
That is at 2 o'clock, November 2nd. Yeah, so our librarian is trying to have some kind of event for seniors, almost monthly actually, she has a couple set up.
That's great.
And I attended with Janet the Lake Champlain Regional Forward Together conference the other day, and it was really inspirational, like she said. So we have some ideas, and pretty sure we'll get on that soon.
Mm-hmm.
And we are talking about another Walk to Connect walk, so hopefully next couple of weeks we can set something up for that with this nice weather. Yes.
Thank you. Kim?
Well, because I forgot that the holiday was next week, I was hoping to have the water board report done and presented for the board meeting, but that didn't happen, because the meeting was a week early. So we will have, as soon as I have the report done and the water board has reviewed it, we'll get it signed and sent to the two boards. I would expect that would be before the November meeting.
Okay.
But, you know, the debt distribution sheet is done because that is, you know, that is based on, the dollar amount that's owed. So that, the EDUs didn't change, so all that had to be done was putting in the debt amount that's due for 2026. So that amount is already available.
Okay.
So I can, if anybody wants that ahead of time, I can do that. But it will be part of the report. The
Yeah.
EDUs have been done, the town changed just a little bit, not much. We went up 5 from 617 to 623, and most of that was due to, refiguring the buildings, looking at them. And now I put in the square foot of each one of the properties, so that the next time it's done, I don't think it needs to be done every year unless there's a major change, but it's not bad to look at it every couple of years.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Yeah, thank you again for all that work on that board too. Let's see, so now we have presentation of warrant and payment.
First of all, everybody has their expense and revenue report for September. I think it's pretty close. The only thing, is the two accounts, the lighting and wastewater lighting accounts are kinda,
I know. I mean, we knew that
yeah,
was,
we're just hoping that next couple of months they're gonna go down a little bit, so kinda even it up, but not much we can do.
Sorry, did we lock in the rate?
We
Is
are.
that what we voted in?
We are.
Months ago?
We are, but it's the delivery charge that costs more than the kilowatt charge. It's crazy.
I mean, the same thing all of us are experiencing in our homes. It's
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
yeah.
It costs you $400 for a delivery charge and $2 something for the electricity, you know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It is crazy.
Yep.
All right.
Do we wanna do the transfer first before we?
Yeah, let's do the
one?
transfers.
We have a transfer, for Mike's new computer, to A1490.2 Public Works Equipment, $2,472. From A1990.4, the contingent account, $2,000, and A1620.2 Buildings Equipment, $472.
We have a motion to approve this
So
transfer.
moved.
And a second?
Second.
Any questions? Roll call.
Trustee Trombley,
Aye.
trustee Malinsky,
Aye.
trustee Connor,
Aye.
trustee Herzog,
Aye.
Mayor McFetrich.
Aye.
Do we wanna do the other two as well?
Yeah, we might as well.
So the main water replacement project, we had one invoice from Fiscal Advisors for $179. And then we have the final bill for the wastewater treatment plant for Paris's excavating for $149,141.21.
Did you say final, Bill?
From Paris's,
Oh, from
yes.
that.
Yeah, final one from Paris, yes, yes,
We have very little left in there.
right. We have a motion to approve these.
So moved.
Oh,
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Joel, okay. Any questions? Roll call.
Trustee Trombley,
Aye.
trustee Malinsky,
Aye.
trustee Connor,
Aye.
trustee Herzog,
Aye.
Mayor McFetrich.
Aye. And then you have some additional invoices.
And we have additional invoices for the warrant of $12,665.33 for a total warrant of $31,126.24.
May I have a motion to approve the warrant with the additional
So
invoices? And is there a second?
Second.
All right, questions, comments? No, nothing? All right, roll call.
Trustee Trombley,
Aye.
trustee Malinsky,
Aye.
trustee Herzog,
Aye.
trustee Connor,
Aye.
Mayor McFetrich.
Aye. She's
Yeah,
just waiting,
she'll
she's
mix
just
you up
seeing
one
if
in
you
a
were,
while.
if you were really paying attention.
Oh, I was paying attention.
He's like,
Okay, report from the superintendent, you have Mike's report. And I could summarize it, I guess, a little bit for the public who might be watching. Did monthly water readings, he did walk through with the contractor superintendent and the engineers, the water line replacement project to walk through on Friday, I think it was. Tentatively hoping to start those 4 bores a week or so from now. And then once those are completed and some other things that need to be finished, then the project will be completely done. He did some work in the town. I'm just gonna go down to the last bullet on that, because he brings up the idea of a cost for going out and doing a final reading for someone who's selling their house when it's after hours. I don't think we have a specific dollar amount for that. Correct, Mary?
We do.
We do not. So, that is something that we probably should consider. I think if, it makes most sense to me if I could turn it over to the committee, which is Kim and Chuck, just to think that through.
did you, I'm just verifying what you had just said, after hours, but he's saying $25 during business hours.
Yeah, and I don't know if that might be what the town charges, because the town's got it broken down into a lot of different charges for the different services with water. And that might be what they have during business hours. I don't know that we have anything
We don't have any.
at all,
credits
So
for
we've
doing
never
finance.
charged,
For
No,
doing final read, no.
not for final readings. We charge for turning off and turning on though, don't we?
Correct, yes, $25
Okay,
for one or the other.
right.
Mhm.
But nothing for going out for a final reading?
No.
Okay.
No.
So just, Kim. I saw you open your mouth, I'm just gonna ask you.
So I'm confused. So Hayford Road,
Right,
where are they getting their water from?
that, us. There's some on Hayford Road that are tapped into Water District 6.
going
Really?
towards the
It's near the golf course.
Golf
golf
course.
course that way?
On that side of the Hayford Road? I did not realize that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I didn't know it either.
Yeah. Mhm.
okay. I
Well, I
didn't realize it
mean,
was
if
on
we
the,
have to go out, I mean, there's a cost to us.
but why did it have to be done after hours?
I don't know when the call came in. I really don't, I don't know enough to really answer that. I mean, they're done at, our DPW's done at 3:30. I mean, it could have come in after that. I don't,
we could
No.
have been
Sometime during the day, and I asked Mike to get it done, and they had to finish, I think they were probably the wastewater plant.
oh yeah,
were
they
doing
probably
something
couldn't. he couldn't just
You
pack up and
couldn't leave
leave.
and do it at that time.
And
so you
sometimes
did
when they
that.
call for the final readings, they need it like for the next
Next
day.
day.
Yeah,
Is
Most of
that
the time they
something-
schedule it, most of the time I know up to a week ahead of time.
Is that something Chris can do?
Apparently not. Because, I think the realtor called here first, and I asked what the address was, and they said Haver Road, I said, you contact the town. And then the town gets that information, then asks me to get a final read through that, through Mike, or whoever can do a final read. And then I give that to the town.
what do you think? I mean, do you,
Well, I mean, if we have to go after hours, there's gotta be some kind of cost associated with that. Because we have to pay somebody to do it.
right,
I mean, it's only fair.
yeah, well, I mean, it's one of our water expenses, you know, I
Right.
mean,
You know, I don't know if we bill them directly or bill through the town.
We'd have to build the town.
we would build the town.
And then they'd have to bill the,
I don't know if they build the homeowner or the realtor.
It's
I
part of the
don't know.
closing cost, maybe.
Yeah,
well, at that point, it's probably too late. If it's after hours, you know what I mean?
it's not, that's not typical, usually
Right,
I have that information, you know, a week ahead of time that I need a reading on Thursday,
yeah,
and it's taken care of, and it's not usually after hours.
but in this case it was.
In this case, it was.
How frequently do those kind of readings have to happen?
Whenever they fill a
Monthly.
house.
I mean, monthly, you know, sometimes get 2 or 3 in a month, sometimes just one.
I mean, if we have a service fee for turning on the water, we have a service fee for turning off the water, then I think to go out and do the reading, I mean, I think to most people that would seem unreasonable, like you're just charging us, but we know that simply taking one person from the crew, or even multiple people, or however many might need, to be able to move from what they're doing now, the task they're on, to go out to do this it is money being missed. I mean, there's projects that are constantly, there's 10 projects going on at once at every time, so
Mhm.
I would be in favor of having some, just like a flat rate like that. I mean, there's kinda like, I don't know, when I look at this, I see like series of, I wouldn't say issues, but there's all kinds of things. There's the after hour thing, there's the dealing with, interacting with the town, the shared services aspect of it. But I feel like if we're doing them monthly or multiple in a month, or, I mean, that could be, you know, that could be a park bench somewhere down the road someday that.
I mean, it's reasonable to have a fee for this service.
I think so.
So how do you wanna handle this? Do you wanna come in, Kim, do you and Chuck wanna come up with a suggestion as, from the water committee? Or do you want us to bring it up again next month? And I don't think we're ready to make a decision right this
Well-
minute on what it should be.
I mean, I don't think it's, he's got something in here that he said if he had to send a DPW employee, it
It'd be
would cost the
$80.
resident around $80.
Yeah,
Right.
because they get 2 hours,
Right,
If it's after hours.
if it's after hours,
right, cause it's a call out
Right,
and
yeah,
yada, yada, yada.
yeah,
Which is probably why Mike went and did it.
it is.
Okay. So, I mean, to me, if it's $25 during the business hours, I think 50 would be reasonable. I think you're pushing it after that, I think. I think 50 is good, but that's just my opinion.
I agree. And I would just, I mean, you could stipulate that it just has to happen during the day, it has to be some sort of, I think Mary said this is an exception, that this is a last minute thing that almost never happens, but
Yeah,
you
normally
just
it is during business.
keep
Yeah,
it
normally
known
it's
that
during business
it
hours.
has to happen during the day, when we have people here to actually be able to fulfill the service, and $50 to do it, and
But if they're doing it during business hours, and then it would be 25,
right.
and the guys are already working, so it wouldn't be a call out,
Right,
because then that can get into some other sticky issues.
absolutely.
Well, You said in this case, we knew about it, but they just couldn't get to it because they were doing other things.
Right, well, usually I'll know, you know, they'll call on Friday and say, I need a reading next Thursday.
Right.
Or next Friday, and I can let Mike know
Sure.
ahead of time, so he can plan to do that on Thursday.
But in this case,
In this case, they
you knew
called
about
that
it, you
day.
told Mike, but you couldn't get to it till after
Till
hours.
after, yes, whatever project they were working on.
So,
And that will happen once in a while.
yeah,
Yeah,
Depending on what they're doing.
occasionally, but not very.
So
But then
what-
it's
it
not
wouldn't
their
be-
fault, it's
would
like
it be
our
a
fault.
call out or would it be just overtime?
Well, you mean in terms of the guys?
If
Yeah.
they had already gone home, it would be a call out.
Yeah,
Well, but they knew about it before 3:30.
yeah, but still it's after hours. The
It's
work's done
after
after
hours.
hours, so it's 2 hours.
But it's overtime, don't they have
If
overtime?
if they're here, at 3:30 and they haven't punched out and they go to do it, whatever, then yes, you're right, it's overtime.
That's what I mean.
But if they go home and come back, then it's
Right.
after,
Well,
then
that's
it's 2
different
hours.
than this
2 hours.
situation though.
Yeah.
Cause they knew about it before 3:30, just so they couldn't get to it.
Right. Until after they were finished their, whatever they were working on that day. And then-
Is that 25 fee charged, or is it just?
We don't have any.
We don't
fees.
have,
don't
I
have a
think
fee,
that's
so-
I think that's the town
That's what, okay.
rate, but I think a little bit more research needs to be
Yeah.
done to see what other, and what the town does, you know, I'd like to kind of be together on this. So, if you don't mind my looking up some information and getting back to you before we make a decision. I mean, I like that $50 idea, but I just wanna see how does that fit with what is already on the books in the town.
Are you saying $50?
After
After hours,
Okay.
and 25 during the day is,
Okay.
I think, what we're talking about.
So why would
but-
the town get 25 and we get nothing? And we're the ones doing the work.
No, I mean, potentially, possibly, it could be a town employee that does it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, they have a water budget, they have they're dealing with water, so. And they've got a whole breakdown of different costs associated with water.
Yeah, so if the town went and did it, the village wouldn't be charging them.
Correct.
Right.
Right.
Correct, yes, yes, yeah. And I just wanna see what their breakdown is, and I just didn't have time to look at it today. So
We'll
if you're
talk
okay
about
with
it at the
that,
November meeting.
yeah, okay, thanks. Let me just get that note to myself.
I have, are we in discussion phase of his report?
Yeah,
Okay. I got a question on the one above that. What?
the bullet above it?
Yeah, this is something about, a tube that was installed through the wall for a radio wire at the new fire station. So I'm confused. This is something, they couldn't find the radio. This sounds more like a fire department issue than a town issue. Why are we billing the town for something? I'm confused on that. I'd like an explanation on that, because if this is a radio that belonged to the fire department, why would we bill the town for that? It's not the town's responsibility.
Why are we supplying that?
Yeah,
Said he supplied it,
yeah,
the radio.
I'm,
Was the one.
No.
Sounds like it should be the contractor
Yeah.
right,
that
this,
was doing the fire station, not,
right. That's why I'm confused. I don't think we should be billing the town for that. That's not the town's responsibility.
No, it seems like it's the fire department to figure out what happened to
What
that radio.
happened with the radio and what's
Yeah.
going on with the contractor.
Why did Mike have to do that?
I think the contractors were supposed to drill the hole through the wall for the tube for the radio wire.
Okay.
And he spoke to them multiple times and it was never done. So he went and did it.
but why would we
This is the-
even get involved in it?
Why?
Is this
yeah,
the
why?
radio read for the meter?
Yes.
Is that what we're talking about?
Oh,
This is the
okay.
water,
The
this is the
water.
radio
Water
read
read
for
for
the
the
water
meter.
meter.
Okay,
Yes.
Okay.
So he has to be able, to drive by and pick up the information.
I mean, the contractors are still there,
yeah,
Mhm.
why would Mike have to go and do it?
yeah.
Cause it needs to be done.
I think part of that was because in other situations, the town did not want us billing outside contractors for services that were done in the town. Like I think the border patrol station, there was something that happened, that
Oh,
we billed
yes.
outside, and the town wanted us to bill them, and they would bill those outside.
And they would deal with the contractor because the building is in the town.
Right,
Yes, that's right.
maybe that might be why he's saying that.
Okay, well, he could have been a little more specific to say this had to do with water, because it just sounds like he went and did something and was billing
Right, yeah.
the
A radio
town.
wire,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
that's.
Yeah,
okay, well, now that it's water, that makes a little more sense. I was just confused on that.
okay, and then, streets, they did some culvert installation, lot of mowing and trimming, I think the village is looking really good. Brush removal. And for sewer, they got 5 tanks done, 3 left. Planning to do those before winter, and then a lot of miscellaneous things. Anything you want me to share with Mike from the board?
No.
Okay. He also has his, message to the, village board members regarding the fire station, which is, I know it's under old business, but because it's in front of us and he gave it to us, we can talk about that a little bit. So he really wants the village board to consider putting in an offer for that building. If it's not for sale officially, it will be very soon. I know they had the public notice for the permissive referendum, and I know they didn't get petition signatures to require a public vote, so it should be going on the market. Give me your thoughts.
I don't know where the money will come from and how we're gonna afford it,
I agree 100%.
and it needs a lot of work.
And our guys can't do it, because they can barely keep their head above water as it is, because there's such a small crew and there's a lot to be done in this village. And I know it would be a nice thing to have, but we can't afford to be borrowing more money.
Nope. Nope. Not after those 2 big projects.
No, and those were desperately needed projects.
That absolutely was the right decision to do both of those
And At
projects.
some point down the road, we're gonna need some other equipment, like new mower, backhoe, and, those type of things,
Mhm.
so.
I like the idea of what Juanita and Mary were showing us earlier. Maybe we could make something like that work. But to maintain another building and maintain 2 buildings, I don't think it's financially wise of us for our residents.
I just don't see where the money would come from, and I'm very reluctant to take out another kind of bond.
I would certainly not be in favor of it.
Anyone else? Okay, I'll share that with him. Let's see, okay. All right, correspondence?
None.
None. All right, new business. I know it looks like we have a lot of topics, but a lot of it is just informational. So I had emailed all of you about that Tree City grant. Thank you so much for getting back to me. I did write it. I got it in on time on Friday. It was a real last minute thing that came across my computer. What I did was I submitted it for 3 trees, and after talking to a forester from DEC who's working with us on this, he suggested red maples. I had talked about sugar maples, but he said If the soil is not the greatest, red maples are hardier and better in poor soil conditions, and given that that's an old building there, most of it was buried, I went with the red maples and the supplies. So here's my question to the board. We should know in about maybe 10 days whether or not we get it. But I also I've talked to Cook and Gardner, and they're willing to order the trees, but if they order the trees, we're committed to the 3 trees. What do you want me to do? Order them? The planting has to be in the fall for this grant, and we have to have a celebration, which in the grant, I said our celebration would be on November 15th.
It's not too late to be planting them?
No, he said, and Cook and Gardner, the man there also said fall planting is a great idea.
Oh, good.
I'm kind of all for spring planting, but they said it was a really good idea, so. The trees are about 200 per tree. We do have some money available. We could order them, and if we don't get the grant, pay for them and plant them anyway. Or we could wait till we find out if we get it and then see if Cook and Gardner will. He was planning on ordering trees this week, later this week. Apparently Saranac Lake is looking for some trees too. So I think to get in on that order, he would like it this week, but that's kind of a catch-22 for us.
We've always gotten the grant, right?
We have gotten grants from them before, but not this particular one, because this one is only open to municipalities that have been Tree City USA for 5 years or more.
Okay.
So we fell into the category.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think we do it. I think even if we don't get the grant, I think following the steps of what they outline and being proactive shows, at least in the future, that we're
Yeah,
here
that's
for
true.
it, and I think kind of creates a better track record moving forward if we want to continue as a Tree City.
So if we get 3 trees, where would we put them? I know one in the,
They're going in that new park.
All three of
can
them?
go in that new park.
that seems like a lot.
No, well, I again, the forester from DEC, I sent him a picture and he said 3 trees.
Janet, red maples, that's what I have in my front yard.
Those are big.
I got
It's huge.
I got a crimson maple, which is probably
It's-
similar.
Yeah,
And that's
it's
good
the
size.
Crimson King, and
It
it's,
said 40 feet in height max.
Yeah, but what's the width? Mine's probably about 20 plus feet wide.
mine covers,
Your whole front, that's the one in your front yard?
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
that's a
3 should be
crimson, that's a
way too
Crimson King, AKA red maple.
many. Yeah,
That's,
I
yeah.
don't know if it was
If
Crimson
3 of those are
King,
going
but-
in the park, holy Moses, you're gonna have nothing but tree.
now if there was something like the ones, go down Route 9 there where they had the lines of those red maples, there's several amongst 2 properties.
Yeah, I know
Yes,
where you
I
mean.
Yeah.
Those
I know
are
where
It's a
you're
much
too
smaller
big,
one.
yeah, and they don't grow that high.
They
I
must,
don't think
I think
Crimson
they
King
prune
is the
those.
one, but I can't remember the name.
okay.
Well, these, I
Um,
mean, presumably, I wouldn't imagine this would be an issue until like 20, 30 years, obviously down the road, but
Well,
Be your problem, not mine.
Well, if we decide to go ahead, when I call Cook and Gardner, I can specify that we want a smaller.
Small, yeah.
King to me sounds like huge,
mhm,
and I know your tree's really big.
yeah.
It is beautiful.
It is, the other thing, and I think Nikki, you and I had talked about this a while ago when we were talking about the park and trees, is that the red maples, or Crimson King,
Tough growing grass around them.
you can't keep grass around them.
I have trouble with mine too.
Yeah,
My
you
crimson maple.
cannot keep grass around them, and it's something to do with the tree, and I know our son has one, and he can't keep grass around his, and Tom checked with someone who was like a cook and gardener, and they said it's the tree just sucks the nutrients out, and you will
Okay.
forever be planting grass seed.
Okay. Okay.
Cause I think you talked about,
Hostas.
hostas, I knew it started with an H, I couldn't putting that
Yeah.
around it to
Yeah.
try to
Yeah,
not worry about the grass so
Okay.
much.
well, if I have to, I'll change the tree. I'll ask Cook and Gardner what, I mean, they have several types of red maples, but I don't know if they all grow too big. I don't think so.
What are the dimensions? This is, we're talking about on Church Street
It
here?
looks very small until you're seated on the
Yeah.
bench, and then you would be surprised. It's
Yeah, I would say it's like 10 by 10, 15.
Oh, it's bigger than
It's
that.
bigger than that.
Okay.
It's
It's
bigger than
probably 30 by 60 maybe at the most,
Something like
50, 60. So I think 3 trees would be a lot for that.
I think,
so.
I don't know,
I think, it would- well, I mean, three trees growing up together, I'm not even gonna, I don't know.
I mean, if you look at the
I
playground,
don't even know.
if you look at the playground where we've probably planted 20 trees in there now. Those 3, I mean, there's space, but they're doing fine.
Mhm.
Well, I think
those-
3 trees competing together for resources versus 1 tree being able to kind of take everything, they'll grow differently. I don't know, again, I don't know, I'm not a forester,
Okay.
When,
I trust the experts.
so they said, so this got submitted on the 3rd, so
Mhm.
Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And they said it'd be about 10 days.
They said around the 15th.
Okay. I would prefer to try to be a little more frugal with our money right now. To wait and see if we get the grant or not. That's just my thought.
How do the rest of you feel?
I mean, we could certainly do that. I mean, we could
I
also.
just don't know if they'll be available. I'm not sure if Cook and Gardner will order them that late. You know, if I find out on the 15th or 16th or whatever.
And
um,
That's 9 days.
the grant,
When you say they're gonna order trees
This week.
this week,
the grant stipulates that it's done this year?
It has to be completely done by December 31st, but of course here, December 31st is really winter.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's a lot different than, you know, Carolina or something. Juanita, you were talking about the money with me. What were you suggesting?
Playground fund.
All right.
That has money in it as well. That's separate
see,
from.
I don't
It's a
have a
separate-
problem buying the trees, it's just, I just think 3 trees are too many for that.
We'll let Jana research and see what kind of trees, if possibly a
Yeah.
smaller tree, smaller maple tree, or 2 trees for that place.
So, if you're thinking of taking that out of the playground fund, and we do get the grant, do we replace that money back into the playground account?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, or maybe it wouldn't actually be paid for. And we might know if we're getting it.
By the time
Within, yeah.
we get the bill, and
Yeah,
it wouldn't be paid till next, in November anyway.
And we should know by then anyway.
yeah, we'll know by then. But I think some research into different red maples or maybe different trees. I can contact the DEC guy and say we have concerns about that. Can you recommend something else? I mean, the grant said red maple, but, you know, I mean,
Or
if
if
it's
we
not
use
gonna work,
red
it's not gonna
maples, do
work.
we only do 2? Versus the 3?
And do we have to do 3?
No, but maybe we could do 3 and put the third one somewhere else.
Correct, that's
Yeah.
what I'm,
Is there any place for one down in, on Bill Earl Park?
Yeah,
I'm sure we can find
Probably a lot of
someplace.
places you can put them there.
Yes,
yeah.
Yeah, cause we've got a lot of trees at the playground right now, I'd like to see
Mm-hmm,
somewhere else maybe.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's any smaller red tree or red.
or even where the community garden is, you know, a tree there somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, because that homeowner cut down that whole row of trees by her house,
Yeah.
so it's really open there now. There's one tree in the front, I think. Okay, so what do you want me to do here?
I'd say go ahead and order them, try and find something smaller and only put 2 in the park at the most, the new park.
I think 3 would be a lot.
Yeah.
That's my suggestion, is 2 and 1 someplace else.
Yeah,
Okay. And look for something smaller. Okay, I'll send you all an email and with whatever I find out.
Is there a specific reason why they say it has to be a red maple?
Just soil.
He said it was soil conditions. When he asked what was on that land before, and I explained it, he said soil conditions, that, because I kind of wanted a sugar maple. And he said, no, they're much more particular about their soil. Red maples are scrappier.
Yeah, this has the ability to tolerate various soil types, the red. But there's nothing smaller than a 40 to 60 foot tall
You don't see
tree.
that either?
No.
Okay.
Well,
Might
have
have
to
to,
order them, go.
might have to get something else.
Well,
Okay.
if you want red maples, they'll go. It's gonna take years for them to grow, like Joel said, I mean,
Yeah, what the lifespan is
Yeah.
probably like almost 100 years before they get, I mean,
yeah.
it's gotta be at least 70, 80 years old.
No.
no,
You know?
This was planted just
No,
before the ice
it's-
storm in '98,
This
Oh my
is a
gosh.
because it was
growing.
young and the only thing that kept it from dying was the frozen Christmas tree lights and the shovels and rakes that Tom and Jared and Josh went out and put underneath all the Christmas lights to hold it up, and that's the only reason that tree survived.
yeah, mine's probably about 20 to 30 years old, my crimson maple.
Well, still, even that long.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me see what else is available and then where else we could put a tree. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Bill Earl Park enhancements. So I brought this up, I wanna talk about this for 2 reasons. One, because the Lake Champlain, Lake George Regional Planning Board is willing to write a grant for us for some improvements to Bill Earl Park. And they were discussing a band shell, I'm gonna call a band shells. So it would be a place where we could have our concerts and our events, and it has a roof, but water can flow around it. I think I sent you a couple of pictures?
Yeah,
Okay, so I need to know whether or not you want to proceed with them writing a grant. It's free, the grant writing is free for them to do it. I think it probably could be a part of a bigger picture for that park. It's so beautiful. Kim and I have talked about the kayak launch that needs to be repaired and put back in there. I think the boat launch could be improved. I think there are a lot of improvements down there, and also I think it should be listed on the comprehensive plan for upgrades to our parks. So I just wanted a discussion from the board on how you wanna proceed with it.
well, I think a bandstand would be nice.
Else it's
You won't have to, you won't have to worry about taking down and putting
Putting
up
it up, yeah.
the one we have, which is okay, but, you know, it'd be nice to have something more permanent and
Yeah, there's no
better
shelter
looking,
from the
as long as
elements.
it's big enough for our use.
Mhm.
So I'd say, you know, let them write the grant.
See what happens.
Okay, all right, I'll send them an email. I'm very happy to say that Troy Kellogg from Oak Street has agreed to serve on the zoning board of appeals. So tonight I'm going to appoint him to that board. I met with him last month. He's been really involved in the comprehensive plan committee and has lived in the village quite a while, and he's very interested in joining the ZBA, so I thank him for serving. Climate smart community, all I wanted to say is one community member has said that she would like to join on that committee. So I think I'm going to post it on our webpage or our Facebook page, explain what it is and say, looking for volunteers who want to get involved. Is that okay with the board?
Yes.
All right. Creating healthy schools. So the Creating Healthy Schools is the is the program, and I think I sent you the email that Lisa Turner sent. It's the program that we've been using that did the walk audit, helped us with the sidewalks downtown. We haven't quite completed that previous one because the intersection of South and Church Street, the Dollar General, the village and the town, we both have areas that we need to finish there. We haven't done those yet. But Lisa reached out because they have some more money and she wondered if we would like to continue with a different area of the village in terms of walkability, safety, cycling. So I told her I'd bring it up and see what the board thinks about it. And what neighborhoods or areas we would want to work on. A lot of it is sidewalks, we have a lot of sidewalks that need work.
Yeah,
We'd have to narrow it down. We'd have to do a walking audit around that, say it's Oak Street, or say it's Cedar or Prospect or whatever, we'd have to do a walk audit.
If you look at Oak Street, you're looking at $15,000 wouldn't touch that.
I'll do a thing.
I would say if we are gonna do something, that's earmarked for sidewalk repair would be finishing up downtown,
yeah,
which was slated to be done this year, which didn't happen. So you're talking about coming up around the curve, not here.
well,
it-
more down near where the park is.
Park
there.
is.
Oh, you're
The
talking about
oth-
the other side of the street?
Yes.
Get rid of those pavers.
Yes,
Right.
and they were beautiful
Yeah.
when they were put in, but the frost, the way frost works here, it really,
Yeah.
they're,
Okay,
they're not,
Okay.
they're not a good,
no,
and Nikki, I think you and I, when we emailed Mike, we said we'd love to see that downtown finished.
mm-hmm,
I mean, what they did is really nice.
Yes.
oh gosh, it's so
And-
nice.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I think get rid of those pavers
Yeah.
and go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so your primary focus would be finish Main Street, talking about the other side of the street, right?
Yes,
Alright, okay, okay. And everyone's okay with me meeting with her and talking about the possibility?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. IMA with the town and the fire department. So, there are a few corrections that, oh shoot, I'm so sorry. There are a few corrections and suggestions, and then I wanna hear from you too if you found things. So starting with number 1, I think that the Village of Champlain owns and, I think it should say the Village of Champlain owns and operates the Consolidated Water Service Facility. And not the town and the village.
yeah, I agree with you there. So take out the town and,
Yeah, I think, unless I'm misreading it somehow.
well, I'm reading the same way you are.
What it says.
And then I'm not sure about number 4, I don't know that, because this is an agreement between the town, the fire district, and the village, and I think number 4 is just restating that we already have an IMA in effect. I don't know if it needs to be in here. And I thought it was in 2019. Any thoughts?
Probably be rewritten.
What's that, Nikki? Sorry.
Said it, number 3 could be rewritten better than the way saying, restating.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know if 4 should be in there. Because that second sentence is what is in number 3. The practice of providing water to the CFD at no charge continued thus far, but that's already been stated up above.
Right.
It seems redundant, but
Seems to make sense to me. I don't know, maybe, it seems like they're just trying to list like the history of the project or the series of agreements that's went through. Basically, like they lay out that the, I think I agree with what you're saying. I don't know if they've correctly detailed agreement or like that we have, or the ownership of things, where the village owns and operates the service facility.
But 3 and 4 are kind of
they're
kind of the same, you're not
Well,
charging,
it doesn't, but
saying you're not charging, but,
The fourth one states that there's an agreement between the village and the town that they have some sort of cost-sharing, agreement between the two of them. So, and that only came in 2019, so that's like a new development of the thing, where in the last couple of years,
Right.
we've come together to be able to pay for the costs associated with water.
well, maybe take out the last of that then, and the practice of providing water.
I agree, yeah,
Just-
there is a redundancy in the fire district, because that's mentioned, so that, again, that's a previous
Right.
older era agreement, which is that the fire district basically doesn't have to pay the cost, which I think everybody agrees with. So you could strike the second part of the fourth
Right.
clause.
And, yeah, okay.
And I wonder then, I question the first one maybe, I wonder if they're referring to like the entire complexity of the project, so that maybe, you know, the town's ownership could comprise of, different water pipes in different, you know, in District 6 or something like that.
Yeah, but that's in number 2.
but that's in number 2.
Yeah, that's
Number 2 already states that.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. So yeah, then I
So I
think
mean,
that,
the town doesn't own and operate the service facility.
Right,
correct.
And number 2 is correct, and 3 is correct, and I think, yeah, I like your point about 4. If we put the period after municipalities, and maybe we should check on the 2019, but
Now, what about the pump station? Is that considered a facility, or is that considered, you know,
I would imagine.
delivery system?
well, it's part of the delivery system.
Both, it's probably both.
I'm just wondering if they think that pump station is considered facility serving the residents. That's a facility as compared to,
Oh, yeah, maybe. I don't know, I mean, we'll, you know, we're gonna iron this out, we're
Yeah.
just trying to, yeah. And then the next, I think the next ones are all accurate, just the renumbering.
Right.
Okay. And then the definitions are good. Section 2, term of agreement. My only question is, it says provisions of sections 3-16, and in this agreement, I only see 12 sections, so I don't know why it says 16. Maybe it's just a typo. Anything else under the term of agreement?
We were talking about the expiration. how
Yeah,
Yeah,
that will
so,
expire.
it says the 35 years commencing November 1st, and then
where
it
they
says the
get that
agreement shall
number of
not
years from.
expire.
Is that the number of years they have to pay on the
it was a 30-year,
station?
it was a 30-year long, I don't,
Only
I don't,
35.
I don't know.
Just picked it out of the sky?
I I mean, I don't have any trouble with that. I guess my only confusion is, it says 35 years unless earlier terminated, like provided by law, but then it says,
The agreement does not expire.
the term of this agreement shall not expire.
Yeah, it's saying notwithstanding the foregoing, so assuming that it isn't terminated earlier.
It's supposed to terminate at 35 years,
Mhm.
that's the term, so how can it not expire?
I think what it's saying is that it will continue for 35 years unless you
Unless there's amendments
opt
with the
into
parties.
the
Terminate.
early termination clause. So basically saying, as long as the proceeding doesn't happen, which is you end it early, the term of this agreement shall not expire, and it should remain in full force
And that's
by both
what's,
parties until the end of this agreement.
Okay. What- I don't think I'm very good at legal.
Should probably take that
legalese.
shall not expire and just
I'm
say the term
sure
of this
some of this
agreement
came from
will remain in effect and,
another
you know.
agreement.
I guess it just confuses me that it says that it's 35 years and then notwithstanding the foregoing, that it shall not expire, like it,
Well,
but it
should
is-
that come out of there, shall not expire, you don't know, so withstanding foregoing, the term of this agreement shall remain in full force and effective parties therefore convenient, yeah, take out that shall not expire.
Unless maybe there is a legal reason that it has to be in there, and then someone will tell us that. Be reviewed by the parties annually, and, yeah, that makes sense. Anything else in section 2? Okay, so section 3, what, I think is really important, under A, the village will provide water usage quarterly to the town at $0 per kgal. And we need to say for the Champlain Fire District, because otherwise it looks like we're just gonna give water away.
Right.
And I think the rest on section 3 looks
Well,
fine.
what, I got a question, it's
Sure.
just me. B, why, if we're not charging anything, why should the town charge the fire district?
Well, we have been charging a service fee.
Yeah, we
To
charge
the-
service
No, no, I'm
fee.
talking about on the new station.
Why wouldn't they?
I mean, we were charging the old station a service fee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure they charge a service fee to all their users, right?
Okay.
Okay. And then in section 4, requirements of agreement, I just think the wording on A is a little awkward. All water used for filling firefighting equipment from any hydrant.
I think that's water board questions and not, you know,
Well-
information they need for their water board report and not necessarily for,
Yeah, it's
the
true, Kim,
agreement.
because you have requested this.
What is supposed to happen in the wonderful world of everything going great is when they have a fire, they are supposed to be letting Mary know what was used. That's the way it was originally set up.
Okay,
But it really doesn't happen. I usually have to email, I was emailing Woody, and now I email Chris. You know, since the last time that you gave us a number, what have you used for firefighting? I know that they've got lots of other things on their minds rather than sending us the gallons, but that's the way it was set up to happen.
so do you think the town feels that by putting it in this agreement, it just reinforces that it's expected that it be done?
That's what I would think.
Okay,
because it is part of the IMA.
yeah. I mean, it's already part of the IMA, so
Right.
this seems to be repetitive to me, but maybe they're doing it because they just wanna make
I
sure.
would say in legalese, this is probably, it should probably be in there.
It should be in there.
I would think.
It's not hurting anything being in
No,
Right.
no, it's just restating what's already supposed to be happening.
Right.
Okay. So do we wanna say something like all water used for filling firefighting, wait a minute, for firefighting purposes or filling equipment? Cause I think you could have two different reasons it could be pulled out of a hydrant.
Why else would they be pulling it out of a hydrant if they're not filling
They're not,
it?
Training, training.
they're not always filling their trucks,
They could be
if
training.
if there's a fire down the road, they're taking
Right.
water right out of the hydrant with the hose to take the
Right,
fire.
training, I mean,
Or training purposes,
Training, yeah.
it's
yeah,
not just firefighting, it's training.
Yeah.
I think they pull water for other reasons. I just didn't wanna limit it in case it left something out that they might pull water for.
Well, okay, but they've got it listed as firefighting equipment. So I would assume that encompasses any piece of equipment
That they're using.
that they're using.
Okay,
I mean, they can't have too many trucks that hold water,
No, this is
just
the
the
tankers,
big ones.
the tankers, yeah.
okay, yeah, that can be, my only other question on that one was, the amount of water drawn from hydrants will be reported to the Village of Champlain clerk. Well, right now it's to the deputy clerk following each event, and I just wanna say by whom? Like, who is responsible for doing that?
The fire department is supposed to be responsible for doing that.
So that's,
Whoever is designated within the fire department to report that.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable to detail.
I don't
Would it be the chief, would it be?
I mean, I used to email Woody,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
I've been emailing Chris.
The JP is the chief.
Right.
I mean, it's
So-
it's an estimate, so it
Yes,
doesn't
it
need
is.
to be,
Well,
But who should be
we
reporting
need
it?
we need it to be as close an estimate as possible.
Yeah.
Because that's a figure that's used in one of the documents that's used for the water board report, so.
I mean, we're being.
And they've got a pretty good handle on it, they,
Yeah, but I just think, I mean, if we're gonna say who it has to be reported to, which is appropriate, we might as well say by whom. So just what, Champlain Fire District, or, I
yes,
don't know.
I mean,
I don't know if you're gonna
just
say
list,
chief or.
list someone who's responsible for handing over that information, just so that it's on paper somewhere.
Yeah, I just think it needs to be written.
I don't know who
Just-
should be the person that.
Right, I mean,
I-
I mean, you don't always have the same person at the fire or training or whatever. I mean, you could
I
have,
go to Chris because it's a contact, I went to
Mhm.
Woody because it was a contact.
Yes.
Um,
I don't think there's a specific person based on who's there at the time. I mean, could be only a couple people and it's not any of the chief officers or whatever. It could be, doesn't even have to be an officer.
Yeah.
You
I-
can't
I-
specify an individual.
No, I'm not
No, no,
I'm just
yeah,
saying Champlain Fire District.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, we
exactly.
have
You generalize,
we're
yeah.
giving
Yeah.
them free water.
I mean, we have a form now that they're gonna use, this, this form, well, maybe you didn't get it.
No, we didn't,
But the log, they've got a water log to report,
I got it.
this appendix
Oh.
A,
I don't have that.
okay.
It
I
was
don't-
on
It was on the email, but I
the
didn't
email.
print out.
And it's gonna, and it'll be a printed name by, I mean, the person will sign in, but I just think we write like Champlain Fire District or something. But I think we need to make them responsible for that in writing. And then, other than that, my only other question was, my only other question was in assignment at the bottom. The town may not assign, transfer, and so forth. Do we need to say the same thing for the fire district? I mean, in reverse, like the Champlain Fire District may not assign transfer without previous written notice to the town of Champlain.
If they sold the building 40 years down the road, they can't transfer this agreement to the next owners if they're not a fire district or department.
Well, that, yeah, I
Something
mean,
like
that's what I'm.
Yeah, if
that's
it was
what-
no longer Niagara hose,
Right, and it's sold
whatever.
for some other purposes, that can't be transferred.
Right.
This agreement can't be transferred to another.
I would think
User.
that the town would want that added.
Could you repeat that, the original question on
So on
7?
7, where it says the town may not assign, transfer, otherwise dispose of this agreement, and so on. I'm wondering if it shouldn't be the reverse, the Champlain Fire District may not assign, transfer, or otherwise dispose of this agreement without previous written consent of the town of Champlain. Just in the reverse. I mean, I can just suggest that as something they might wanna consider, I don't know. I don't know if I'm overthinking it or not.
Well, if you go to section 9, waiver and modification, it kind of says that nothing can be done by either party without them being duly executed by both parties. So it's
Okay.
kind of taking care of that in the next.
So aren't there 3 parties though? The village, the town, and the Champlain Fire District? It's not just between the town and the Champlain Fire District.
Yeah, there are
'Cause
three.
we have the promise not to charge the town for water, right?
Right, right.
So maybe
Should
instead of
say
saying
all
both
parties.
parties, by all parties.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the assignment, I mean, it shouldn't be just the town.
Right.
It should be any one of those units. Although, like Kim, you're saying, you have to have the permission of all parties.
Right. So take out both and change it to all,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
which then underneath you've got the village of Champlain, the town of Champlain, and the Champlain Fire
Mhm.
District. All in all, not a whole lot of changes.
No. Mm-mm. No. It's well done. Okay. Thank you. I'll write those up somehow and figure that out. Let's see, what else do we have here? The clerk treasurer job, we have, 12 applicants.
Wow.
I would like, I don't know how the board wants to review this. I'd like at least 2 people to be looking through these applications, or all of you if you want to, if you can pop in and sit and just look through them. It would be good if we could notify people who obviously are not qualified, and will not be interviewed maybe by Friday of this week.
That's very doable.
And then a decision on who we will interview, and then how do you want to do interviews? Do you want 2 board members? Do you want the entire board? Who wants to be involved? Those are the other questions, and then when will people be free and available to do the interviews?
I think your personnel committee for sure.
Yeah, so personnel committee is you and me, is that you and me? No, Kim and Choco. Yep. Sounds good. All right,
12, that's awesome.
yeah. So whoever wants to look at them, come in and look at them, we've gotta keep them here. You two definitely need to look through them and see what you think and who definitely is not qualified.
Because it's just like when we've had we put it out there to hire people for the DPW, you get people that have no qualifications for the position, so I'm sure in a glance at some of those, it's, probably gonna be able to weed a lot of them, not
Or
a
out
lot
of
of them, but, right, or out
Yeah.
of state.
Is
And
is it closed now to applicants?
And we didn't really set a date,
Oh, you did?
it wasn't written any, I think we just.
I mean, we were thinking of last Friday.
Friday was the last
I mean,
day,
Okay.
In the office, we were thinking of
Yeah,
last
but
Friday.
it wasn't, like, I don't think there was any date that it said when I filled out the forms to complete that with Press Republican, I didn't have anything, they didn't have a date that you could
Okay.
have it.
Well, I don't think we wanna drag it out.
No, we
No.
don't wanna
It's
drag it out.
October.
Yeah, we do not wanna drag it out. And remember, there's a 30-day residency requirement
Mm-hmm.
also. All right. So does that sound good? Kim, you'll be able to get in here and look at those,
Mhm.
and anyone else who wants to, stop by. Okay. And let me see.
If you had to do it after hours, we could always put them somewhere in the office and
Yeah.
one of those cubicles or
Yeah,
you
No,
can come in
I
and
should be
look
able to
at
get
them.
in during the day.
okay, we're getting there. So, a laptop for the code enforcement officer. Whew. Chuck, once again, thank you for your work on that.
Well, yeah, but this new price that we got, that Mary got today, I don't see how we can beat that.
I don't see how we can even.
MacBook?
No, it's a
It's
Dell.
a Dell Pro 16 Plus.
I mean, I think, I don't,
I already got a MacBook from it.
no, I'm saying, could you get a MacBook
Oh,
for cheaper? I'm sure you, if
Yeah, but you need 32, kilobytes of RAM. That's the requirements.
Well, that's 32 kilobytes is less than a flash drive these days.
No, it's 32 gigabytes,
It's gigs.
Kilobytes,
gigabytes.
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 Yeah,
A MacBook
Of
would have
memory.
that, would have 100 times that. Oh,
Yeah, but he's gotta be able to get, the functionality of what he does now. I don't know much
Right.
about MacBooks. And it's something we gotta,
Ashley has one.
I
Well,
I mean, I don't know anything about MacBooks
I don't either.
either, but, I wouldn't think we wanna get something for someone that they're gonna have to relearn how to use a computer.
Yeah,
I've never worked in an environment that's had Mac.
No, I
So-
don't either. Most people don't.
It's different.
I don't know, my
It's
kids have
different.
them, but I don't. So I think we have three quotes here. And it looks like the least expensive is the one that just came in today,
Yeah,
which is
$1,400.
1424.17.
yeah.
And then Twin State would still have to come in and do their,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but maybe less than that because they got tax on that.
It would be 1340,
Right,
39.
39.
oh, okay,
Okay, yeah, right
all
there.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. and Twin
That's for
State.
the computer, just the computer itself.
Mhm.
Right,
I would not include the implementing all the other,
Which is probably what, another $1,000.
well, they quoted Mike Jolicoeur's for 814, the same as this one,
Okay.
but it ended up being like
400 and
something,
something.
half of
cool.
that price.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
All
didn't,
right,
and I don't think his computer is going to be even as involved as mine.
yeah, it'd be a lot less work.
All it is that one program, you
Yeah.
know, and
Some data.
Microsoft.
yeah,
yeah,
Testing.
and
Yeah.
we need the protection, so.
right,
I can
right.
download it myself. I'm serious.
No, I'm sure you can.
Call me, I can do it.
I'm sure.
Yeah, well,
But
we gotta go through our
Yeah.
computer people.
we gotta go through Twin States on some of this. So is there a motion to make this?
Now, is that through Dell itself?
Yes.
Yes.
Directly from Dell, yeah.
I make a motion that we purchase the Dell Pro 16 plus laptop through Dell for a price of $1,300 $40.39.
Second.
Any other discussion?
And we're gonna have to also approve the
The
other
The
part too.
cost of installation.
What's that, Mary?
Yeah,
The
what's include the
installation,
cost of
yeah.
installation from, by Twin State.
Yeah, but we'll vote on this one and then
Okay.
we'll do the second one. Roll call.
Trustee Trombley.
Aye.
Trustee Malinsky.
Aye.
Trustee Connor.
Aye.
Trustee Herzog.
Aye.
Mayor McFetrich.
Aye. Okay, and then the Twin State quote for all the work that they do.
Professional services.
Professional services. And that's an estimate.
Right.
You can approve up to that amount.
Yeah, let's do up to that amount. Someone wanna make that motion?
I make a motion, we, provide, the estimate of $814 from Twin State for their services.
Is there a second on that?
Second.
Any other discussion? Roll call?
Trustee Trombley.
Aye.
Trustee Malinsky.
Aye.
Trustee Connor.
Aye.
Trustee Herzog.
Aye.
Mayor McFetrich.
Aye. Okay, great. Now, the only other thing that I have, I think, unless I've missed something, is, we have to, pass this Arbor Day proclamation once a year, and this is the time of year that I write for the, for the renewal of it. So I'm going to quickly read it, Arbor Day proclamation. Whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees, and whereas this holiday called Arbor Day was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska, and whereas Arbor Day is now observed through the nation and the world, and whereas trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cut heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce life-giving oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products. And whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community. And whereas trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. Now therefore, the Board of Trustees of the Village of Champlain do hereby proclaim the last Friday of April as Arbor Day in the Village of Champlain, and urges all citizens to celebrate Arbor Day and to support efforts to protect our trees and woodlands, and further urges all citizens to plant trees to gladden the heart and promote the well-being of this and future generations. May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Okay, for the record, I have to have a roll call.
Trustee Trombley.
Aye.
Trustee Malinsky.
Aye.
Trustee Connor.
Aye.
Trustee Herzog.
Aye.
Mayor McFetrich.
Aye. Thank you. And you know, one thing I forgot to send out to you, but our Arbor Day celebration from last spring got published in a magazine. And I got it, I think digitally, so I will send it to you.
And we just have one more thing under old business, the .gov website.
Yeah, so the .gov website, I don't think we have an update on that, do we, Mary?
No, we don't have anything.
All right, so to be continued. Anything else? Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you all very much.